All right, here we go. It's Ultimates NRG. This is an elimination match because NRG lost yesterday to Gen G, and Ultimates lost on day 1 to SSG. So it's all happening here. The loser of this is out, and they're going to need to climb back into the top 4 in the 5th and 6th Open of the season. This is a big opportunity for both of these teams to start off the Champ Sunday with on the right track, get some momentum going, but also to hinder their, well, technically biggest rival, you'd think, in the region. That might be up for debate though, depending on how this regional goes, because quite a few teams are looking good right now. As always, like I said earlier, this match, I have to make the Next Rank logo a bit smaller here, it's too big. This match is sponsored by the Next Rank, not Progressive. Yeah, there we go. It's hard, the ball's moving very far, it's difficult to keep it on top of the logo. There we go. TheNextRank.com sponsoring this match, not Blacklight, Next Rank. Yeah, it's moving too much. I need to wait until we're not on. We need to get on the director camera, then I can maybe cover up the logo with the Next Rank, but I can't do it right now. Hey, Firstkiller opens to scoring 1-0. Oh, that's a big dunk by LJ, just kind of follow through dunk. Firstkiller in the matches I saw yesterday, I watched a little bit of Ultimates yesterday. He looked incredible. He also was popping off in the group stage a little bit before the loss to SSG. I was very impressed with what I saw from FK. But I think as the casters have alluded to many times throughout this event, I think the match is all about LJ Chronic. I think it's about whether these guys can get going. There's no question in my mind that Firstkiller is going to be prime Firstkiller. But LJ needs to see confident back passes like that one maybe. Now we need to see confident plays out of him. And we need to see, I mean, that was great defense from Chronic. We need to see great defense out of Chronic. He's the main defender on the team. That was already a fantastic save at one end by Chronic, and now Firstkiller scores off LJ's offense. Well, we got everything we wanted there. I said LJ's got to look confident with the mechanics and offense. There he is. Chronic with a big save at the other end. It's all looking pretty good for Ultimates. I still think they can win this event, to be honest. As for NRG, I don't know. I didn't watch NRG yesterday. I didn't actually have a chance to watch because they lost at the end of the day. I had already gone out for the night. Can you guys summarize, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate NRG's performance if 10 is Prime NRG and 1 is Crossbar Challenge? What would you rate their performance out of 10? 3, 4, 6, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4? So they look pretty bad. They've kind of been struggling this season. It's oh, that's a good pass by LJ. Daniel covers it, can't get a double though. Atomic in the Octane for this. I don't mind it. And was it a combination of Gen G being good? Gen G were genuinely good. Gen G were good. Okay. Gen G were good. Combination. Gen G looked polished. That's exciting. You know, if Justin makes it to another LAN, I will be a happy man. I want to see Justin make the LAN. If I could handpick the teams to make the LAN in Rally, I would obviously want NRG there. I would obviously want Ultimates there. These guys are great teams. Oh, shot by Atomic. That's maybe going to bring them to life. Yeah, I want to see Ultimates and NRG there. It'd be a shame if either of those teams are not in Rally. I do want to see Gen G there, just because I want to see Justin at another LAN. And maybe even establish himself as an NA GOAT. Right now it's like pretty close between Justin and Garrett, in my opinion. I think Justin can he can start claiming that status. If he starts winning regionals and making deep runs at LANs again, he's probably just the NA GOAT. No Squishy. Squishy for me is probably number 3. And then you've got, JNaps. Atomic is starting to, climb up. Atomic with a couple more wins would enter the top 3 for me. Like, I don't know how much. I've not had a had a look recently at my GOAT list. Atomic is obviously the open era GOAT for NRG.
Pretty much doing what they have done throughout the entirety of this game, just trying to put hands up on this.
Ooh, Firstkiller thought Atomic was going to hit that. Actually pulled away into a dunk angle. Chronic, great pass. Okay, the full team's performing well. Ultimate's looking good here.
We don't see it on the replay, but right before this challenge,
Great play. Reset, double mid. LJ following it the whole way, making the goal a little bit bigger.
NRG's positioning is waiting for any kind of
Who are the
play
top
on the
two
ball.
in North America?
Now they have to
For
wait
me,
even
Garrett
longer,
G
get
is still, I think Garrett is still the GOAT of NA.
the rest of it
And
is
Justin,
real easy
I
for
would say, is
LJ.
number 2.
Yeah, I mean,
But
even when
Garrett
you
being
have the
retired,
right
Justin still being active, and now back on a top team, or at least on a team that are making
to get back into position as well.
deep runs
That one
regionally.
kills you. If you're NRG,
Maybe he can
Firstkiller
add a
off
couple
the
more
ground,
results to his resume and
almost feels a little too easy for Ultimates right now, moving the
join
ball around. The final
Garrett
15,
as
NRG can't
GOAT
put
of
the ball
NA
on
and maybe even
target.
surpass him.
Chronic still makes the stop. Firstkiller down the field. With the time remaining, too difficult here for NRG to get it going. Ultimates pick up where they left off against NRG. Getting the
Yeah,
first
for me,
win.
it's
Just an incredible performance
Garrett,
overall
Justin,
for the Ultimates. They look
and then Squishy and Atomic are like the
extremely
next
cohesive and
two.
locked
Which
in, and
one
that's how
you
wanna be
pick
against
is up to
NRG.
you.
Whether NRG is playing at their
And then I'd say
absolute
J
best
Naps
on
probably
and
number
off
5.
day, what
But yeah, it depends who you ask. I think if you ask like someone who rates, you know, Cloud9 as, you know, a Squishy plus Squishy and Friends roster, you'd say Squishy. But if you think that Atomic has actually been, you know, carrying for more of his career, then you'd probably say Atomic. It just depends. Do you think Squishy carried Cloud9 more, or do you think Atomic carried the teams he was on more?
Ultimates are winning
The main
50s with
teams that
ease.
Atomic has had success on is current
Previously,
NRG and
NRG, it looks
G2,
like you
previous
have
G2.
to play,
It
and
just
then you have
depends.
to find a
Squishy's
way
main
to
teams
score
obviously were
on
Cloud9
it.
and
that
then
was something
the old
that
NRG as well.
every team in North quality
I think if you
NRG
only look at
players see. I
RLCS,
don't think
Atomic
Ultimates
is
are working that hard
is clear. But
to
if you
win
care
the-
more
to win that
about
game
DreamHacks,
one.
Squishy's
NRG,
got 2
it just
DreamHack
comes
wins.
down to consistent touch
So
quality
if you include
and finding
other
ways
events
to win
outside
these
of
battles, so you're not just
RLCS,
watching Firstkiller fly through the air
Squishy
and
has
he
more
gets
of
the
those.
tactical with you
If you're
and watch
talking
the ball
purely
fly into the net.
RLCS, then Atomic probably takes
Well,
it.
we're gonna see here in this game number 2.
Probably
can
takes it.
NRG correct the mistakes that have been going on for the last 48 hours, or
But I don't think you
the
can.
Ultimates just
For
have
me
to play
personally,
with
I don't think you can
NRG.
ignore the other lands. I think you have to include the other
Immediately off
lands.
the
I don't
rip,
think you can
this is
just
fairly
pretend the
similar to what we
DreamHacks
saw
didn't
in game
happen.
Number 1, NRG had their small moment, but Ultimates have already
Yeah,
broken
Atomic
out of
will
their
definitely.
half.
He will surpass Squishy. Right now, I'll put Squishy top 3 because it's close, and Atomic's most likely going to pass him this season. So might as well have Squishy there for now
Good defense from
as
Ultimates. Wasn't a bad
top
push
3.
from NRG. They had to work through a couple
Yeah,
of
Squishy
layers.
won a Universal Open as well, and he also won a Gnarly. Those 2 lands don't really mean as much as DreamHacks did, in my opinion. The DreamHacks were more prestigious. They were like part of especially the year where they were part of the DreamHack circuit. That was a big year for DreamHacks. People really cared about DreamHacks back then. The first ever DreamHack Summer was a smaller event that not many teams attended, the one that Flipside Tactics won. That one didn't matter too much. Although Flipside did beat the brand new Gale Force greatest of all time roster in the final in their first ever event, so it's worth something. But yeah, the gnarly events, I never really cared too much about the gnarly events. Nice shot. Atomic is doing the most for NRG here. He's doing the most.
Hercules, he said NRG have to make some adjustments. One particular adjustment.
Yeah, I remember the first gnarly event was just weirdly timed, didn't have a lot of prize money on it, so it didn't seem that relevant. The second gnarly event was smaller than the DreamHacks, so yeah, they were just kind of outshone by other lands. RLCS obviously the most prestigious thing in the Rocket League scene, but yeah, DreamHacks, E-Leagues were very important. They definitely They were a big deal. I think E-Leagues were the next biggest thing after RLCS. They were right up there. Tons of prize money on those.
Lifts it up back to LJ. Somehow this is in Ultimate's possession. Daniel gets under.
Yeah, that's probably the list.
Not a ton of boost for Chronic.
RLCS, E-Leagues, DreamHacks, then the rest.
They're happy that Chronic didn't have enough boost to add pace.
Yeah, WSOE and X
Right
Games, they
now,
were
at least
kind
NRG
of
are able to be a little
almost
bit more
they were
in
just
charge
right
of
below
the boost
DreamHacks,
on
I'd say.
their half and not letting it get stolen from themselves. So at least those transitions are coming out a little bit more.
Yeah, X Games right there as well. Similar. I mean, X Games was right before DreamHack. What was the first ever DreamHack, the one that the Muffin Men won? Was it Atlanta or Dallas? I can't remember. It was one of the two.
Usually see them a little bit more spaced out, but they got it
and
be in line with each other to
it was
stop
right
a lot
after
of
X
these
Games.
attempts from the Ultimates. It's Beast Mode. He's gonna throw this one up. There's
Oh.
no bump on Daniel or excuse me, no bump on Firstkiller. So
That's.
one wasn't gonna
I
find
wonder
its
what
way in.
Daniel thought was happening there, because it looked like that touch was clear more than anything else. Atlanta was the first
Could
one.
very easily be a 2 or even 3-0.
Atlanta, and then yeah, there was a couple of events in a row. You had DreamHack Summer, followed by X Games, followed by DreamHack Atlanta. Then I think there was a random gnarly before Worlds. There's quite a few lands.
Could not quite nail that.
Yeah, G2 did win, and E-League actually. G2 won a big one. Like right after, was it right after season 4? Oh, could save off the line. Then Leipzig 2018. Leipzig 2018 was won by PSG. G2 were in the final, but it was won by Chaussette, Farah, and was it Fruity? Or no, it's Bluey. It's Bluey. Chaussette, Farah, Bluey.
Right back over to Daniel. They'll keep Ultimates on their front wheels, trying to anticipate everything. Beast Mode feathering the boost, getting across. And Chronic.
A lot of good defense being played here by Ultimates, but they haven't had many opportunities in this game. It's a very NRG kind of game, just like winning 1-0 and knocking at the door.
1 minute left to
This
go.
is
Wants to find NRG, that
where they want to be,
giant
stealing
goal
boost,
desperately.
denying their
So this will
opponent's
fall
chances,
back to the Ultimates. We
and
gotta see
try
what
not
they
to
can do with it.
overextend.
Firstkiller, no boost, but reset over. Beast Mode allows LJ the time.
It's good speed by Chronic, but they're running out of boost, so they can't really keep the attack going. They all had 0 at the same time there.
They're seeing what NRG was dealing with, which is you get out of your half.
Oh, wow,
now
just
you
a
have
demo.
no boost to work with, so
Oh,
every
Firstkiller has
single
boost.
play you are
Hold on,
setting
he's
forward
bumping.
is fairly slow.
Chronic's up, but not a lot of boost
This
again. So boost has been a problem in the latter half of this game
Like I said,
for Ultimates. They haven't had many chances to quickly follow up on these mid passes. That was a good idea by Firstkiller again, but he just couldn't get the follow-up.
He handed it off to a Chronic with no boost. He couldn't get any power. Second time he gets a bump in front of the net.
Anyone know NIP score? I'll check in a minute. Well, we'll check in a few seconds. We're just going to wait for this game to be over. Oh. Looks like Beast Mode tried to control that. That's really weird.
Firstkiller lets Chronic go forward. He needs some boost. He's stuck in the box with nothing. Easy shot to save.
Yeah, not a lot of boost again. This is going to be a really, really tricky one for Ultimates. They actually do get the ball in the air, but Daniel's got full control. That's going to be game. Yeah, he had the option to air dribble that, just faked it when he realized Firstkiller turned, and they do win. Is Genji S tier now, winning against NRG? Nah, you got to do more than just one win to jump into S tier. In the same way, one loss for NRG doesn't drop them out of S tier. But that's assuming that they're in S tier, though. I don't think NRG are S tier right now. Might be controversial, but I don't think anybody's S tier except K-Corp. Elron Hoverboard, thanks for the 16-month Prime. Says glad to be back with RLCS. Thank you, Rizzo, for the 1 shotcast. Yeah, Rizzo with 100 shotcast episodes. Now he's finally taking a step back. Like Garrett, take the mic. Topster, thanks for the Prime. Welcome to the channel.
To go into game number 3, a tied series.
NIP have definitely looked like the best team that I've seen today in the EU qual. But you can't take Swiss as law. Swiss stage is different weekend, completely different format compared to main event, which will be next week for EU.
Shot that put a little more pressure on the NRG backline.
Yeah, I don't think you can put anybody else S tier with K-Corp right now. I just don't think it's fair to do that. Nice mind game there by BeastMode in defense. I think Ultimates might be pushing a bit hard here. Gotta be careful not to overextend, but yeah, Firstkiller decided to just go back and get a boost. They've had problems keeping boost control when they're in the midfield. Oh, what a catch by Firstkiller. Oh! That was nearly disgusted. Wave dash catch. Reverse 45 flick in threes. That would have been one of the best goals you would have seen all season if he scored that. The control and the power on the flick. Awkward position to actually put that on from.
That's a tough opportunity earlier for Ultimates. Looked like LJ had a chance at the shot. He didn't have
it's good defense again by Firstkiller. I think overall I'm still more impressed with what I've seen from Ultimates between the two games. I think they have been the better team.
Help not give an easy counter-attack out.
Yeah, no Jendies are. NRG woke up largely thanks to Atomic's offense.
Daniel will keep things locked in as NRG try to get some more boost and stay
I think it might be too early to say, but I think the team that's going to win this match will be a team that has the poise to actually slow play every now and again. Right now, everybody's just trying to win the race to the ball and boom it around the pitch. It would be smart to try and like slow the game down, mix it up a little bit at times. That was my main criticism of Ultimate's last split. I think they were a bit predictable at times. They just always went for the boom, always went for the fast play a lot of the time. Well, all the time. Good awareness by BeastMode. He had the mid pass covered and it's wide open. And well, actually, they nearly didn't get a goal off this.
Daniel making sure no one has to do anything. It's like him being there is enough to stress Chronic.
Daniel actually just sacrificed himself for the goal. That's actually kind of a cool play. He sacrificed himself. He just flipped into the bump. And you can see Chronic when he bumped him. He was like, what? He probably lost some momentum when he bumped him. Oh, nearly in. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a save, Chronic. No boost. Oh. What a save by Chronic. You need some help. How's BDS looking? I've not had a chance to look at what they're up to, but the results look decent.
Keeps you in the game, like you said, Hercules.
The great thing about Ultimates is Firstkiller, and the biggest issue with Ultimates is Firstkiller. I don't think that's fair to say that the biggest issue is Firstkiller. I think they just need to show some more poise. If they had an ounce of poise in the series against Gen G last regional grand final, I think they would have won it pretty easily. But the problem with Ultimates, that's it. What a shot! Ceiling pinch counter from BeastMode. Ultimates are getting hit on the counter. Look at this from BeastMode. Ceiling pinch on the counter. Beauty. No one back. You've got to back off there. Not only because the ceiling pinch is a threat, because the ceiling pinch is pretty rare, but there isn't really an attack in that position. Like, that's not an attack for Ultimates there. When BeastMode just has back wall control, you don't really have, yeah, they're just getting caught in the counter every time. That's 3 counter attacks from NRG. Ultimates overextend a 3rd time mid. It's the same thing, mid pass intercepted. No one's back.
Chronic, he turns around like he's going to play third because he sees Chronic coming forward, but he has the whole view of everyone on
yeah,
NRG.
they're not identifying the threats in this game from NRG. They didn't see the danger when BeastMode's air dribbling on his own back, off his own back wall. They should be thinking, this is dangerous. We need somebody to challenge this guy and then someone else to follow up that challenge. But instead they're thinking, maybe we can get a dunk on this guy and have somebody middle. Yeah, I was talking about Ultimates. I think that they sometimes go into series with the mindset that they are the more mechanical team, and that if they just play quickly, they're going to win. And they are obviously a very fast team. They're a very mechanical team. I reckon they would benefit from knowing when it's smart to slow the game down.
On the desk earlier that BeastMode, and when he's playing first man, It's so hard to actually shake that ball off.
Hey, Subpar NHD, Cole, thanks for the raid. I had a chance to tune into quite a lot of the NIP matches today. They look really good. I guess they've won if you just raided me, because that must mean the stream is done. So NIP beating a really stacked run, actually. Carmine Corp, GK, Gentlemates is a ridiculous run for top 32 Swiss. So congrats to NIP on qualifying. It's lucky for NIP that none of their opponents brought an alarm clock today, though. The crossbar to add to the list.
It definitely looks like NRG are on the path.
Yeah, NIP cannot wake up on time. They cannot. Why have I got my own stream open? I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I was saying the biggest struggles for this NIP roster this weekend seem to be waking up on time and checking in on time. Apart from that, they just rolled everyone. Which current team in North America has the highest peak? That's a good question. Last split I said SSG, but now they've changed the roster. So I don't know if it's still SSG. I mean, I have to see more of Gen G. I've not seen enough of this team. It's a bad time to ask that question, but it's a good question. You know what I mean? But this season, I think probably the best peak that I've seen from NA would be... It would probably be Ultimates, but the highest floor is obviously NRG. And it's probably Ultimates, but like not by much.
My main criticism of this team has always been
NRG without a doubt. I mean, there's definitely doubt on that. What was the peak? When did the peak happen? What was NRG's peak that you guys were talking about this season? What was their peak? I think you guys are stuck in last season. You're thinking about like last season's G2.
3-1, losing 3 straight games, but
you haven't seen their peak. I don't think we've seen their peak either, but I also don't think we've seen Ultimate's peak. I think the peak I've seen from Ultimates this season is probably the highest that we've seen from an NA team. It's either that or Event 1 SSG. Event 1 SSG, up until they started getting nervous, was probably the highest peak. Good shot. Firstkiller slots it for 1-0. You guys are hypothesizing what team would be the peak at their best. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing that though, then are we just talking pure potential, or are we talking realistically?
That's a great start for Ultimates, their first goal in 2.5 games. As Chronic will take this.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's very hard to say. NA is a bit like a question mark right now. It's very hard to say who's got the highest peak at this moment. Hey, SkiRL, thanks for the 4-month prime. Congrats on steamrolling the qualifier, the run of death. Absolute masterclass trolling check-in so you guys can eliminate all your biggest rivals. Or send them into like lower rounds of the Swiss at least. And yeah, thank you for the prime.
Firstkiller caught it and flicked it around.
White Temper Camper, thanks for the 11-month prime. Appreciate that. Landon 587, thanks for the prime as well. Elron Hoverboard, thanks for the 16-month prime.
Soon as this one goes up into the air. See who throws a challenge. It's beast mode. And 3 minutes left on the clock. Feels like a plenty good amount of time to get back.
Top 3 brands of t-shirts. I don't know. Black t-shirt, white t-shirt, and blue t-shirt. Let's just say that. That's my top 3 brands. Black, white, and blue. Nice demo by Daniel. Red, gray. Nah, come on now. Gray's alright, but it's not top 3. Wait, what happened to the caster audio? Hello?
One down into the corner.
Oh, hello.
This game left to go.
Did somebody I think one of the casters disconnected from the stream.
Beast mode shot on target. Firstkiller save.
Who else? Was it Jarby casting? I've totally blanked on who was casting.
Daniel up to 1. Another shot down on line.
Jarby might have disconnected from the live stream, but he might still be in the Discord. Wait, I'll check. Yeah, he's still in the Discord.
The Ultimates have had to do a fair amount of fighting on the back end.
Yeah, I can see Jarby. He's still in there. So it looks like he's still in the Discord call, but he's disconnected from the stream. Wonder if he's back.
The physical game
oh, he's back.
Is killing him again, although I'll just say LJ missing the ball there is unfortunate. Granted,
Sub in. I'm not subbing in. I'm not subbing in.
To where that wall in the ceiling hit, and he misses it, it goes straight down. The demo ensures that nobody's going to be able to pick that gaff up. And just when you think you get things going, after an air dribble bump from NRG was an excellent play from them earlier. And now they've just taken the lead right back from Ultimates. LJ
Opan! It's Opan.
The finishes are coming.
Are we doing
through
predictions
the
next match? Oh yeah, you guys, can you remind me to do predictions? I'm a new streamer. I always forget about stuff like that.
And the Ultimates playing extremely aggressive. Jorby, this is what we wanted from them too. When
Yeah,
NRG started to
Opan.
ramp
If you
things
don't
up, you
understand
want to sit there and
that
question,
reference,
can the Ultimates keep up with
you
them?
need to
The
watch
answer is
Jesse streaming
yes.
Rocket League.
A tied game
Oh my
once
goodness, it's
again,
Opan.
a center out, but no follow-up. BeastMode's touch
It saddens me
weak
that
enough
you don't
FK
all know
transitioned it out at
what
least past
Opan
mid,
refers
and
to.
no boost for Atomic
But also,
means a shot to the backboard is going to come through for the Ultimates.
you could learn. It's not too late.
Not been as easy on defense, not been as easy.
Does
to
Jesse still
possess
stream Rocket League?
for
I don't know what he's up.
And we're not on the same page.
Back
today.
pass. I don't know what he's up to these
Multiple
days.
times,
Isn't he
Ultimates
back in like Saudi Arabia just
thinking one
streaming
way.
every day? Or did he like
LJ
take
thinking
another
another way.
month-long break after ending a
Pick
stream
on
every day for a year
particular,
challenge
but he
on day
seems to
3
be
again?
In each one of these mix-ups that Ultimates are having.
He's in KSA right now.
Ultimates have to figure that out. You're in a close game. What feels like a must-win game in this series. Don't want to go down 3-1 against NRG. As Atomic flips it away. Chronic tries to keep it
Okay,
tight.
Chronic. Okay.
It's good enough for
Yeah.
now, but can you pinch it up above? Daniel just has
I think
about
Ultimates
everything
always
covered.
try and
Now
do
drop
the
ball,
maximum
but
amount
nobody could go.
at all
BeastMode was
times.
downfield.
They always
No
try
ball
to
for
go
him
for
either.
as
Atomic
many
keeps
touches as
the ball
possible.
short with a vertical.
And
BeastMode loses that corner boost. 50's still good for Daniel, so they get to hold on to the
yeah,
ball.
sometimes I still think Ultimate's biggest weakness is they're too predictable.
Awkward ball for Firstkiller.
They're all such good players, but they can be predictable.
BeastMode ain't gonna quit just yet. 13 as he left, just couldn't keep on the ball.
Daniel
NRG
probably has
holding
flip,
here
of
towards
course. He could
overtime.
just get one if he wants.
Atomic.
Oh, big
Trying to
chance.
send it up, but in these
Big chance.
last
Chronic.
10
Low boost.
seconds,
Leaves the
Ultimates
mid,
are gonna try and
actually.
steal this one away.
50.
Low boost, 50 forward. This one on the ground. Chronic just enough off
Little
the nose to let
3-point turn by
Firstkiller
Firstkiller. Oh,
have another attempt.
it's a fake, and into overtime we go. Right, what kickoff's it going to be? Ultimates look nervous in the face cams there. Everybody scratching their heads.
OT.
Back left goes well. LJ. Pass
LJ
one.
Getting that kickoff. What more? Can Ultimates get going here?
I think NRG. No, I said Ultimates at the start of the series, but I'm feeling NRG now. Uh-oh, that's not good for Ultimates. That's off the bar, though. They're fine.
Apparently it's the crossbar from hell for everybody in the lobby. As this one pops
That
up
probably
high.
should have been a goal. Ultimates being that.
Towards it, gets chipped out.
Probably should have been a goal for NRG.
Jaws.
They're kind of beating it again, Ultimates.
And Ultimates are hanging on for dear life.
Oh,
Missing
they're
that
beating it.
Atomic, no touch, but Firstkiller still comes away with the
They just need
grab.
somebody to like
Come away with
50 the ball. Oh,
Possession.
and now suddenly they've won.
Firstkiller might have found the break. The shot
Yeah,
is
they've won the game.
beautiful from Firstkiller. Finding the break.
Of course they have. Of course they've won, and it's now NRG getting caught in the counter attack.
Just a series of unfortunate events.
Did you guys see the look at the delay on the? We know the face cam delay here. Watch this. Watch Firstkiller's face cam after the goal.
Possession. Anything. Firstkiller might have found the break. The
Goal.
shot is beautiful from
Nice.
Firstkiller.
There it is. So what is that?
Firstkiller might have found the break. The shot is beautiful from Firstkiller.
1 second delay. 1 second delay on the face cam. Guys, I'm going to run an ad real quick, so if I don't, then we're going to get it during the next game. So quick ad, and then we'll be back in a minute. Yeah, NRG kind of, I think NRG kind of threw that game, I'm not going to lie. Do you guys think NRG threw that game?
Really
1 inch out of
do.
NRG threw that
I
game.
do want to see, though, the Ultimates come out
I
with
think
that
they low-key
same
threw
level of
that.
energy that we got at the end of it in the beginning of this next game, because otherwise, NRG, you know, although they felt a little quieter,
Maybe even
not necessarily,
medium
like,
key. Not quite high key,
discombobulated or
medium
anything,
key. That was a throw.
Having to play your highest amount of pressure in
That
the
was a
last few
throw.
moments of a
Okay,
game
big
is
game
just
5.
a little bit too much stress, at least unnecessary stress.
I
that
like the
NRG
50
are
back
being
there from
given
BeastMode
right now.
to a teammate. Look
And
at this, some
for the
slow playing
Ultimates,
defense, Ultimates.
they need to get
I
back
never
to
thought
the
they could do
swing
this.
of
This
things
is
and
exactly what they
getting
need.
these opening
Just some
leads and
control.
holding on to them for
Somebody
themselves.
taking their time. Giving the teammates a chance to grab a small boost pad before they boom the ball to an opponent. KC versus Mates.
On that ball. Actually helps LJ out.
Wait,
All
that's a
he's gotta do is
2-1 match? KC Mates?
keep that ball tight. Now
You're
NRG
joking.
just starts to
KC are
lock it
playing
down. Daniel gets
gentlemen.
a double. Daniel demo and BeastMode gets the easy
somebody
first goal
rated
for NRG. That
Dignitas rated
has been lethal
Kept,
for NRG
so that's
in
why.
this series.
It really has. When it was
I was like, why do I have
missing,
kept stream
NRG
open?
felt very, very
I'm gonna view party, a view party.
And as soon as they kind of,
Who was streaming it again? It was Gaspo,
I
right?
just wanted to make sure that them going for these
Also
demos
Gotaga.
and
Wait,
these,
Gotaga's
aggressive plays weren't really
not watching Rock
themselves
League anymore.
too
Sorry, 1
far
second,
out of
guys.
rotation. Once they realized that they were
Wrong
capable
button.
of, doing this on
Okay, we've got the
Ultimates
KC.
again,
We've got the KC Gentleman's tab.
really just put them into a favorable position headed into the rest of the series.
Cool. Hard bounce. Ultimates were the first to strike in the last game.
Ultimates have got to be a bit more
Each of these
careful
games, NRG were
with
able to
their
score
infield
first,
passes. They keep on running
taking that
straight
lead.
into
Okay.
interceptions.
Not a ton of boost here.
That was a bit of a safer moment to go for one. I think if Ultimates are going to try an infield pass against NRG, you can't do it when they've got multiple defenders back. It's one of the things that NRG do really well.
Put in front.
And they always have, as a trio, done exceptionally well, is splitting defensive tasks. NRG are very good at leaving one player defending the net, one player like challenging the ball, and somebody else covering mid. They're very good at covering all the options. That's why they're so hard to score on, and why they generally concede few goals. But Ultimates keep trying to infield pass when NRG have more than one defender back. Good save. BeastMode reading the double tap. Vatira thinks mates have a better shot at Major than NIP. That basically means that Gentlemates have been scrimming KC better than Gentlemates have. So, I think they both have a great shot at the Major. We could easily see the big four French teams at the Major this time around. Dignitas and GK didn't look too convincing in the Major. Gentlemates have, I think, made a roster upgrade. They're rejuvenated, and NIP, we saw them today, they look really good, very strong. It could just be all the big French teams, although I say the big French teams when one of them is actually Nas, who doesn't speak French, Itachi, who does speak French but is Moroccan, and Oski, who is Polish-English. So they're not really French at all, but you know what I mean.
I mean, they can't get this ball out of the corner. They can't get the ball out of the corner at all. They bring the ball down.
That being said, Dignitas did beat NIP both of the times they played last split, and qualified to the Major fair and square ahead of them. So they could do that again. And we don't want to make too many judgments based purely on Swiss. GK, Dig, either of those teams could still have a really good event. Now that's a better infield pass. This is what I mean, guys. When you're infield passing against NRG, don't do it when they have multiple defenders. Do it when they have only one defender back, because the defender has to respect the shot there. They can't intercept the mid pass. If NRG had two defenders there, they're probably going to cover the mid pass with someone. Cover the net with the other. That's what was getting Ultimates in trouble earlier. That's why they're running into so many interceptions.
Scores. BeastMode. What? That was always tough.
Wait.
I gotta get on BeastMode Camp for this one.
Okay, Jarby's on BeastMode Cam.
Let's talk about that terrible touch from Atomic, because he's got to chase
Nah,
it
you
down.
can't save that.
Atomic
You can't save
just
that.
needed to put that in a bit of a safer spot.
Nah,
BeastMode
it was already in. It was
landing.
already in.
Hey, look. Everyone in chat's gonna be like, goal on, goal on, goal on.
It was already in.
But like, I'd like to see you make that save.
Nah, I don't think it was savable. You didn't have boost, so
that is an extremely tough one.
he could have saved that. Nah, he didn't have boost, so it was awkward. Because if he flipped to gain speed, he would have been out of position.
I mean, it comes down to Atomic.
So he couldn't flip. He had to just drive. Was he already going supersonic? I don't know. It didn't look like he could save it to me.
Ultimates will obviously take it.
We'd have to go in his POV to be absolutely sure, but that didn't look savable. Because BeastMode didn't rush the save, he waited quite late. Usually the only way that that's savable, or whenever it's savable and somebody beans it, is because they go for the touch too early. He waited quite long there and he still was nowhere near saving it. Oh! Chronic backflip. It's in. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Chronic just... He didn't see BeastMode's touch, or was it BeastMode's touch? He didn't see that backward touch.
This is just NRG saying, all right, every time you do this, you've caught yourself out just a bit.
Yeah, that was no need to push up like that as third, but also no need to pass like that and bait your third in. Like, yes, Chronic looks bad there for overcommitting and backflipping, but he was getting dusted, so the backflip didn't matter. And really, why is his second man passing like that to him? It's such a risky pass. You're passing to your third man, low off the backboard, and it's a defended backboard, like, this is just asking for your third to make a mistake. I think it was Firstkiller who did it.
He gets a favorable bounce to LJ, but Atomic was ready.
And LJ was out of the game as well, so like, yes, Chronic made a mistake, but he was alone basically. They left him alone in defense, and they made the situation very hard for him. Chronic in defense not reliable. That's not the full story though. There, you can't just put that down on Chronic. What is Chronic supposed to do? Like, just turn on his teammate trying to backboard it to him and just be like, nah, see ya, I'm just gonna go in defense. Yeah, maybe he should, but why is he having to make that decision? You could equally say the problem is the second man in the position, aka Firstkiller, making a risky pass. When you don't have to. You're up 2-1, don't make a risky pass. Just play for the 50 or something. What is the game side?
In this quarter final ultimate in that NRG half demoed off, LJ to the backboard.
I'm not saying Chronic isn't to blame. I'm saying that the team is to blame. LJ slow recovery, Firstkiller risky pass, Chronic risky commit. You put all those things together, what do you get? A goal in your net. But if any one of those things didn't happen, then they wouldn't have conceded, probably. So they all could have done something different.
On Atomic's touch, thought maybe the demo instead. The way the threat did hold Ultimates back.
Firstkiller just tried to hit it low off the backboard towards Chronic. Like he was trying to hit the backboard low for Chronic to come in and rebound, which is a bit too easy to defend. It's risky. We'll go back and watch it again after this game's done, if you guys want. This is a mistake that happens a lot. Happens so much in low-rated Rocket League, especially, even mid-ranks, high ranks. Second man will make a really risky pass to third man overcommits, and then you're like, whoa, why did my third man commit? Bro, you passed to him, you passed to the third man. You invited him to commit.
Will it pay off at all as LJ looks for a way out?
You can't be blaming third when you're the guy who put the ball in a position that enables him to make the wrong decision. Yeah, I heard mates are playing KC. We're going to be nipping in and out of that series. We might be able to catch the end of it if it goes long enough for this series to be over.
One clear after the other. A Daniel catch though gives NRG
oh, good pass. Crossbar challenge. LJ no boost. This is still a goal, surely. Yeah. No boost on anyone. Firstkiller. Double eye rub after that one. He's not going to be too happy with that. Great control by BeastMode. Just composure. Just slows the game down. Knows he has time. But okay, let's go back and watch that. So look at this play. LJ goes forward. He's out the game. Firstkiller is also committing here. Now, he could get this to Chronic. He could, if he backboards it to Chronic, but he doesn't hit it high enough, so Atomic's able to get up. Look at this play by Atomic. It's a really good save. Because Atomic's on the back wall, so he just reads this pass, knocks it up. Chronic had already jumped for the pass, and now Atomic's taking him out of the game. But if we look at this again, you're up 2-1. Do we need to play for the backboard to your third here? The answer is no, we don't. The reason Firstkiller does that is because he sees Atomic in front of him, so he's trying to go over him. He's trying to outplay Atomic and give Chronic the ball. But it is a risky play. He could just fake this. He could just jump and do nothing. He could jump and 50. He could get more over the ball and keep it low. He could do something that isn't lifting the ball up and giving Atomic a chance of making a really good play and baiting Chronic into committing for an aerial play. We could just keep this grounded. We're up 2-1. That's the safer play in that position. That's what I mean. We don't, always have to go for the high play. But that's only one moment. It's not Firstkiller's fault they've lost this game. It's just one moment in a game. It was very close. And in a series, it's very close. But I wanted to talk about that because you guys can learn a lot from that. Don't pass the ball, risk it. If you're in a winning position, up 2-1, up 3-1, up 2-0, if you're up in a game, in a threes game especially, but this also applies to 2v2. If you're up in a threes game, don't make a risky pass to your third man that puts them in a position where they're allowed to make a bad decision. Instead, just make the decision for them. Firstkiller could have just kept that ball low, kept it in a safe position, and then Chronic wouldn't even have to think about what to do. Chronic would just be waiting at midfield chilling because Firstkiller's kept the ball low and under control.
the best they had looked for sure.
In
Ultimates
2v2, same thing applies. Don't pass the ball to your one teammate in a really risky way while you're out the game. Like, if you're taking yourself out the game to pass the ball to your teammate, and now you're making them awkward because they have to decide, ooh, do I go for that? Maybe I shouldn't go for that. Maybe I should. You've put your teammate in a decision to make that mistake, and they make the mistake. You can't really blame them for making the mistake because you're the one who put them in the position where they had to make a tough decision. Good defense by Atomic. Really good defense. Dodges the demo twice. Once by just hitting the brakes, another time by running away, and makes a save. Yeah, it's a little free TNR lesson for you there, guys. Exclamation mark TNR in Twitch chat, YouTube description, of course, if you want the nextrank.com links. Apparently Jack and I do have to apologize very quickly though for misinformation that we've been spreading. We do have to apologize for misinformation on the nextrank.com. It says on the nextrank.com landing page right now that the course has over 150 videos. I have to come clean and say that that's a lie because we've added to the course and it now has over 160 videos. Price is still the same though, so yeah. Hopefully you guys don't mind. It's actually over 160 now. Oh! BeastMode just landed on the ball and it's been saved. Technically not a lie. I know. I was joking. Not only over 150 though. Actually, I think we're close to 170. We'll be at 170 pretty soon. We've got other videos that we're gonna add. Wide open. And Firstkiller sinks it. Give us a game 7. Give us a game 7. KC, gentlemen, so we started yet. Oh my word, KC, you're up 5-0. Gentlemen want Rudolson back. No, actually, they had a pretty. I don't think they did. I don't think they're like panicking yet, but KC. Well, this is a tough run. Gentlemen had to play NIP, and now they're playing KC. And Atomic to follow the touch. And NRG finally in this half. To what skill level do you think a player wouldn't find enough value for the course? Most of the people who bought the next rank have been, oh, good 50, good save though, have been in the champ ranks and the grand champ ranks. There's been a few plats, diamonds, and SSL, so far it seems like everybody's having value. Good save by Chronic and free flip save by Firstkiller. But you don't believe me, just join the Discord, go and ask all the people who have bought the course, because how can you trust me? I stand to gain from you buying it. Go ask the people who have bought it, you know? But yeah, I don't think there's a rank high enough to not benefit from the next rank. Now that I've seen the reviews of SSLs and 2K rated players who have bought it, who are quite happy with their purchase, I'm starting to think that, okay, maybe we were harsh on ourselves initially and there actually are just things in the foundational skills of Rocket League for even the high rated players to learn. It's a bit unlucky there for Atomic. He didn't get the 50 that he wanted. He was trying to, I think he was trying to 50 that with LJ and then turn back to net. He didn't want to jump off the wall, but LJ did well. He just denied the 50 and it goes mid for Firstkiller to score. Good read by LJ. Very good read. Saw the fake kickoff come in. And now the dings as well. They just love to get out of this one. Get the game 7. So it's been, yeah, Firstkiller's goals, Chronic saves. They've been shut down. LJ gets a perfect bounce. NA's curse map, yeah, but who is more cursed? Atomic or Firstkiller? Right now it seems like Atomic might be more cursed on Neo Tokyo. Good game here, but Ultimates just have to not overextend here. They keep overextending in this series. They keep getting caught on counterattacks, and that's why they concede a lot of goals in the matchup. All right, but still, somebody should challenge though. Okay, here we go. Almost into the ultimate half. This one all right, looks like we're gonna get game 7 unless. No, we're getting game 7. All right, surely, right? And right now, Ultimates, all they got to do is play a very strong, clean 22 seconds. Oh, little wave dash reset. Kind of open, not really. And game 7. Ish. Yeah.
They need the ball
Game
first.
7 confirmed. All right, let's go.
And it's not forthcoming.
And KCF won.
To game
Did they
7
7-1 them?
These two teams
What was the score?
couldn't go any other way.
7.
I mean, you wouldn't expect
One.
anything less from them.
KC
This
had
is what
19
most people
shots
would have deemed
in
a
regulation
grand final. This is what
to
many
8.
people expected to be the grand
What
final,
is going? Why did I
especially
add it up in my head? It
after
says it
coming
right here,
back
19.
From the Birmingham Major, nobody really saw these two
Every
down
goal
here,
assisted.
but alas, this
Only
is where
one
we ended
demo.
up, a
Ethical
Game
Rocket League by
7
Carmi Corp.
quarterfinal, the most meaningful
Only a
match
single
here.
demo.
If you're watching
But
at
this is
home,
big.
keep an
This is
eye
huge
on those
for
midfield boosts, on those
NA,
corner
huge
boosts.
for the
Who's
season
winning
for
those
both of these
fouls?
teams.
That's who's going to end
Huge
up
for the
starving
split,
and putting
starting
the
your
team
split
under a
off
little more
with a win
pressure.
against your
The
regional
teams are
biggest
about
rival.
even as they are right now.
NRG looking for revenge for the Birmingham Major.
When a team like NRG
Ultimates
wants
looking
to
to assert
beat by
dominance in the
holding
matchup
ball, well, it takes
for the first time this season.
space to get that
It's
done.
all about avoiding
Ultimates have been able to close that
overextensions
space as we start
from
game
Ultimates.
7 for our second
For NRG,
match of the day here on
it's
Championship
about being
Sunday.
clinical.
NRG
They've got to take their chances.
in danger of
They
losing
can't be
this
missing
one
open
and not
nets.
making a grand final.
So right, we've got to slow it down here. Nice play by LJ. Chronic is trying to get behind the ball as well, but Beast Mode shot. Good save by LJ. Great save actually. Kept it in an awkward place. Yeah, that's honestly in my opinion the keys to victory. Ultimates, don't overextend. NRG, take your chances.
Daniel onto LJ gives them space, so 2 plays from 2 players right there.
Beast mode back pass.
Helps give them that ball back. They stop what would have been a nasty counterattack.
Composure there by Chronic.
A lot of pressure has come out from the Ultimate.
Yeah, I heard there were 2 best of 7 reverse sweeps. I was actually out. I didn't get a chance to watch any OCE this weekend. I was out at the time it happened this morning. But yeah, OCE had 2 best of 7 reverse sweeps in their semi-finals this weekend. Only for the 2 main teams to make the 2 same teams to make the final. Ultimates with a pretty good game so far. Atomic air dribble bump pass. Good defense out of Ultimates. You need 2 to defend those. Air dribble bump passes. Offense team are committing to. Defense have to do the same.
LJ recognizes and respects the NRG defense and slows down.
Good read from Beast.
This is really good from Ultimate so far in this game. They're taking their time on the ball. They're realizing when they have enough time to just wait for the bounce. They're not just booming everything. But can they find the balance? Can they do this for 5 minutes without getting caught on a counter?
NRG end up giving it right back.
That's one thing that NRG are clinical with. Excellent defense from NRG. Excellent defense on the air dribble bump pass. Both teams defended air dribble bump passes really well in Game 7.
Ultimates have to work a little harder. Chronic playing tight on the 50 from Firstkiller, but there's nowhere to go.
First lights go all the way back.
Right now, NRG are just
Awkward
waiting
position
for
now for
opportunities
TU.
to be presented, and one
They've
foul
got to be
gets
careful.
called here.
Mid's
Daniel
kind of
has
open.
LJ demo
That demo
out.
helps out
Atomic
a
already
ton.
there to try and
Nice
follow,
50
but
FK.
Chronic sees his moment, takes
Atomic
his
immediately
clear.
reacted to it. Notice you realized Chronic was coming in.
NRG, if Ultimates
Just
can at
plays for the bump.
least kind of have NRG circling their own half, that's enough.
There,
to
we've
slow
had
their
cinema all
momentum.
around the Rock League world so far this weekend. NA is going crazy.
A challenge from BeastMode.
EU qual's been exciting. The NIP, OCE 2 best 7 reverse sweeps. Mina had an insane Game 7 in the grand final. And in semi-final as well. It's been a good weekend for RLCS all around the world. Wait, somebody challenge. Somebody's got to challenge that. Oh my goodness, they got away with murder. NRG just got away with murder there. It was a great play by LJ. Wait. Oh my goodness. Well, that wasn't clinical from NRG. But they're getting away with it. Nice save, Chronic. Although it was, yeah, pretty much the only place it could be shot. So he knew that was coming. What's happening? What is going on? We can't see anything. We can't see. KC 3-1. Are they winning? Oh, LJ was too close. That was a good pass by Firstkiller. He had to put it far across the box to dodge the defender. I think Chronic did enough. Yeah, Chronic did enough. BeastMode accelerating the play really well. Oh, Firstkiller's bumped Chronic! Firstkiller's bumped Chronic! Chronic had it! Firstkiller just panicked. He tried to play the ball. Misses it. And he bumps Chronic away. Oh my word.
Talk about having your cake and eat it too.
That is a horrible way to concede for the Ultimates. And they've scored. It's the double kickoff and the cheat. They're like, nah, give it back.
God, dude, this game.
Give it back. Everybody, let's go. We don't need boost. Absolute cinema.
Okay, well, that's going to be NRG.
They're like, nah, that's a scuffed goal. Let's get it back. Let's get it back right now. We're not going to waste any time.
Most ultimate series of events too to pull that off.
Oh, that's awkward. Beast mode off the post. That was a tough shot though.
NRG just tried to sneak one back in.
Oh my goodness, we're lagging. Daniel, double, crossbar, and it's in. Right, we lagged out a little bit. Did anything happen here? Oh, Firstkiller couldn't get it. He had no boost. Daniel missed the double, but no one was ready to follow up. That's a bit disappointing for Ultimates. They just couldn't get control. Well played by Daniel, though. Actually, hitting the bar might have been better than score. But they nearly scored again off the kickoff. Wait. Oh, saved by Atomic. It's off the bar. You're joking. How is that not gone in? Everybody has a shot. The whole Ultimates roster have a shot at the same time. Shot, shot, shot. Post. Goalkeeper. Crossbar. NRG are surviving by the skin of their teeth. This great composure. Maybe taking a bit too long to do something though. I like taking some time, but that was maybe a bit too much of the 20 seconds they had left. It's a good hit. Daniel's going to have it though. That's game. Wow. NRG get their revenge. Oh, W producer decision to go to Sathu at the end of that match. That's pretty much just sums it up. That pretty much just sums it up there. Listen, if they interview Sathu after the break and he says that, yeah, you know, we were comfortable, composed, we know how to play Ultimates, yeah, we know what they're up to, we know their style, we love to play them, they're a great team. If he gives us the usual PR nonsense after he just had a heart attack. Wow, what a match. Ultimates, I think they're going to be fine. I still think they're going to be fine. I don't think they're going to miss the major. They're outside of the top 4, yeah, but they still look good enough to easily make the major. And how did this not go in? I have no idea how this doesn't go in. Oh, LJ boomed the bar. Oh, LJ. Guys, was that just... How open was this? Hold on. Oh, no. I didn't realize it was like this. Oh, that's just actually... Wait, did Chronic touch it? You're joking. No way, it's just open. This is just actually in. Oh my goodness. Chronic tried to score it. Did he? Oh, that's just going in. I mean, if Chronic doesn't touch that, that's just going in. I think LJ is just scoring this. But it hit Chronic. I think it hit Chronic, did it? You're joking. I think if LJ is the only person to hit this, it just goes in. But because Chronix hits it, it kind of like does this weird bounce into the crossbar, and now look, it doesn't hit LJ again. If Chronic didn't touch this, it would have gone LJ, crossbar, back into LJ, into the net. But because Chronic touches it, it goes off of LJ, off of Chronic, then it hits the bar and misses LJ. Oh my goodness. I don't think LJ missed that. I think Chronic touching it actually just saved it. Unless this is doing something else that we don't see, like maybe the server's reading post touch. That's really unfortunate, but I think Chronic saved this. Watch again. LJ's just scoring this. This is just a goal. I don't think LJ missed. That's the touch. This is the frame before he touches it. That's just going in. LJ didn't miss. LJ shouldn't air roll. What do you mean? LJ's just scoring. I feel like LJ's just scoring this. Am I blind? That's just going in the net. LJ's just like, cool, an open net. Let me score it. But then Chronic lands on it and deflects it away from LJ. So LJ doesn't put it in. I think LJ's just scoring this. We do have to see the replay. But man, that's tough. I think LJ... Chronic had good intentions, obviously. He's probably just trying to recover. I mean, look at Chronic's position here. He lands on the backboard. He doesn't have control of his car. He's falling. And it just hits him. Like, this isn't a misplay. This is just unlucky. Because look at what happens. Chronic hits the bar. He had low boost, so I don't think he actually could have scored this. Maybe he could have scored it if he paddled it in with the underside of the car. But he had to air roll back to try and get behind it. So this is tough. I mean, Chronic did pretty well there. I think Atomic... Yeah, Atomic got a save. Saved by Atomic. So it's Chronic actually scored. Atomic saved it. Insane save. And then Chronic just falls on the ball. There's nothing he can do. He doesn't land clean. Or does he? Does he land his wheels on the backboard there? Can you guys see? He might. He might. But I mean, come on. What, from Chronic's POV, like, this is so... He's just trying to get out of the way. He either bounces off the wall or he lands his wheels and then jumps immediately. It looks like he doesn't land. It looks like he just kind of bounces off the wall. And then he's just here. So we'll look at the replay if we can. But I mean, from this angle, it looks like he just fell. That's super unlucky. Really unlucky. Wow. What a match. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look and see what happened. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Alright, it's this one. Right, we'll see Chronic POV. Yeah, he scored that. You're joking, no way. Oh, he just has no idea what's happening. What is going on here? What? Nah, Chronic, there's nothing Chronic can do. Absolutely nothing Chronic can do. Oh, pff, I mean, this is just insane. What? No, this is ridiculous. How is that not gone in? Yeah, I mean, it kind of just hits Chronic. I think LJ could have gone higher on it. Is LJ just scoring this though? I don't know if he's scoring this anymore. Now that I'm seeing it from this angle. I mean, the fact the ball hits Chronic is so unlucky. But LJ might be missing, actually. He might be missing. I thought he was scoring in the first look, but now I don't know. What do you guys think? Sorry. Trying to give us a bit more run up. Do you think he's scoring this? He comes in very fast. If he just like leaned back and wheeled it, it's in. But I mean, he might still be scoring, you know. He might still be scoring because the ball hits Chronic before it hits LJ, and that moves it. This is the moment. Like, based on LJ's flight path, Chronic just hits the ball now. The ball still has momentum to the left if it doesn't hit Chronic here. And I think LJ might just be doubling it in. Like, you know, one of those accidental doubles where you're just like hitting the ball into the bar, it hits you and goes in. If you just look at the angle. But I'm not sure because the ball goes so far right because it hits Chronic. Like, it's not in the same direction. It would have been pretty in front of LJ here. I think it's probably just going... I think he's just like squishing it in off the bar if it doesn't hit Chronic, basically. And yeah, Daniel might also get a touch. It's hard to say how relevant it was because he's just getting like... Yeah, I mean, Daniel's not getting a touch on this. He's just getting dunked on by someone. This probably looks so silly from Daniel's POV, actually. He's just like, great, let's not concede. Oh my goodness, we've nearly conceded again. Yeah, I mean, Daniel does. There's nothing Daniel can do. This is like absolutely nothing Daniel can do here. He's just like, yeah, we've not conceded. Atomic does really well. This is an insane save by Atomic, by the way, because Atomic gets a save and then he doesn't own goal somehow. Look at this. And then he clears it in 50s with Firstkiller. Like, unbelievable by Atomic. He's just like reading. Okay, save. Because this is kind of a panic touch, like right here. There's actually no imminent danger. Firstkiller's coming, But, you know, hitting it clean like that could have resulted in Firstkiller scoring, but luckily for Atomic, Firstkiller kind of hit it back into him, so it didn't matter. Like, if Firstkiller didn't jump at this preemptively, then Atomic was already planning to hit that ball, and Firstkiller would still be on the ground, and I think he'd just score it. This is crazy, though. I can't believe this sequence. This is so funny. Oh, my... Oh, dear. Anyway. Yeah, that's what actually happened. Jury's out on whether or not it was going in. It's really hard to tell. You can definitely, without a doubt, say that they're pretty unlucky there. Ultimates are definitely unlucky.